probably not going to keep. So welcome to the Thursday evening yoga class. We're going to start out tonight doing basic yoga practice. This is a half and half class. This is what that means. We start out with Hatha yoga. Hatha means sun and moon. It is a class that helps release tension of the day. So what yoga is intended to do is open us up, remove blockage, resistance, stress that gets accumulated in the body, not just from your day, but from life. So it can be accumulated through the weeks, through the months, through the years. And yoga opens up our channels. It's not just a physical practice. It is physically opening us up, yes, but it is also opening up the energetic channels. And we want that because when energy flows freely, we have well-being. We feel good. So we're going to go from that. That's going to help release tension from the day. And we will then go into more stretching and then wind it down further into some restorative postures. I don't have any props tonight. So the restorative postures that we're doing, you can use your props, or I will show you how to do them without props when you're like me and you're stuck in a hotel and you have to figure it out. Okay, let's get started. My feet are like super sore, you guys, because I've been walking like a maniac to get some exercise in. Okay, so come to the top of your mat. Can you guys hear me okay? Thumbs up. Okay, thank you, Andy. And we're going to do some sun salutations. So bringing your hands to your heart, connecting your thumbs, and start out by noticing your breath and evening it out. So you always want to let your breath guide you. Let your inhale and your exhale be even. Slow everything down. Slow down the breath and begin to feel your body grounding down. And start to relax your body, but keep yourself lifted. And then releasing your arms. Inhale, come up. Welcome, Robin. Good. And open up. We're going to hold it here. Reach, open up the chest, open up the heart. And at the same time, we're drawing the tailbone under and activating our abdominals. And then release down into a forward fold. Pausing there. And then bending those knees and coming back up. And you're going to stay in Utkatasana. Sit there, draw the navel in. Open up your armpits. And then reach, forward fold again. So this is going to be our little bit of a warm up before we go on to sun salutations. Bend those knees and come back up. Sit there, get super strong in your pose. Sit strong, but then relax your face. Inhale up. Exhale down. Okay, we're going to go into a sequence. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Step back, right leg lunge. And hold it there. So our first time through, we're going to go a little bit slower, help open up the body. And open up to the side. So you're turning your torso towards your front leg. I am facing you guys. The camera reverses me. All you're going to do is turn your torso towards the front leg or what leg you're on. So then you're reaching that front leg in a lunge. And then swing around and step back, down dog. Get hollow in your belly. And then release down. From here, we're going to shift our weight back. So flatten out your feet. And then come forward. With control, slowly lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. Pause. And then press back, down dog. Get hollow in your belly. And then stepping forward with whatever leg you step back with. I'm forward with my right leg now. You're going to hold that high lunge, super strong, and then turn your torso towards that leg. Open up. So every time we rotate in our postures, what we're actually doing is helping to unwind tension that's around the spine. And then swing the arm around and step that back leg in, going into an extension. And then fold. Inhale, come up. Open the heart. Exhale down. Inhale, extension. Step back, right leg lunge. And then open again. Turn your torso towards that front leg. Rotating the spine. See if you could stack that top shoulder on top of the bottom shoulder even further. Then swing around, step back, down dog. And this time we're going to shift forward into plank and you modify to your knees and lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. And back down dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. Right leg then steps forward, high lunge. Then again, rotate your torso. Reach. See if you could stack that top shoulder on top of the bottom one. And then swing the arm around, step your back leg in, step it in, and it coming into an extension. And then fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, reach. Exhale all the way down. One more time through. Inhale, extending the spine. Step back, right leg lunge. Turning the torso towards that front leg. Stack the top shoulder on top of the left. See if you can lean back this time even further. So bigger rotation. Then swing around and step back, down dog. Shift forward plank. And then maybe this time you can lower all the way down. Lift, Bhujanasana. Press back, Adho Mukha Savasana. And then right leg steps forward, lunge. Rotate. Turning that torso, stacking, leaning back even further. Swing the arm around and step your back leg in, going into an extension. And then fold. Inhale all the way up. Good. And exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Bend your knees this time. Inhale, lift. I don't always do this sequence, but we're going to do 2 times through this sequence where we lift up, drop into a forward fold, add an extension, and then step back into plank. Modify to the knees if you need to. Lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. Take your time. Press back, down dog. Right leg is going to step forward now. Drop your back heel and come up, warrior woman. Reach. Okay, we're adding rotation again, you guys. So you have a couple options. You're either going to bring your hand and rotate towards that leg, or you're going to take this hand and it comes to the upper leg, the thigh, and you rotate. Or hands together in prayer and you rotate and hook the elbow. lean back. It's an even bigger rotation. They always try to emphasize lots of rotations at night to unwind the day, to help us assimilate. Whatever happened today, we want to assimilate. And then inhale, come back up, warrior one. Then we're going to straighten the front leg. With the front leg straight, you want to move the right hip back, left hip forward, and then drop right down into a fold over that leg. So now it's a forward fold. We hold. Then hands on the ground, step back, plank. Again, modify to the knees if you need to, or lower. Lift, Bhujanasana. And then take it back, down dog. And then that left leg steps forward, drop your back heel and come up. Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior 1. Okay, same thing. We're going to add rotation. So you have 3 ways. You can use a block. Your hand comes to the ground and you rotate toward. That's one variation. You can use a block here if you need to. So you're turning your torso towards the front leg. Your belly is facing the front leg. Or you take your arm to the outside of the thigh. That's another variation. Or your hands stay here at the chest and you hook and rotate that way. Lean back. Good. Hold it. Even out your breath. Remember your breath. And then come back up. Warrior 1. Reach. Straighten your front leg. Keeping that left hip pulled back, right hip forward. Fold right over the leg. And then hold that forward fold. You can use a block here. I don't have my blocks with me, so we're just making do. You can also bring your hands to the shin. Okay, I have an injury on this side, so a lot of times I kind of have to hold it here. And let that body settle. So forward folds are moving our energy, our subtle forces, the vayus, down. So that we begin to ground the body. Twists are helping us release and integrate. And then those forward folds help us to calm and ground the body. And then hands to the floor, step back plank, lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. Take it back, Adho Mukha Savasana. Pause here for a few breaths. So if at any time during this practice you need to take a rest, pay attention, this is your practice. And take child's pose anytime. Then looking up at your hands, walking or step your feet up. Go right into an extension. And then fold. Inhale, bend the knees and come up. And then exhale, standing tall. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Bend the knees. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extension. Step back, plank, and lower. Lift up, cobra. Press back, down dog. Right leg steps forward. Warrior 1, reach. Take either hand onto the ground with a block Or that arm then can go to your thigh, or hands together and leaning way back, hooking the elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Coming back up, warrior one, reach. Straighten your leg, keeping the right hip back, left hip forward, fold right over the leg. Drop your head down into the knee as close as you can. You can keep your hands on the shins, that's fine. Right hip is moving back, left hip is moving forward. So you want to square those hips. Give a little more energy to the right big toe. And then from there, stepping back, plank, or you can hold down dog. Lower, lift, press back, down dog. Left leg then steps forward, Virabhadrasana 1, reach. And then we rotate. Hand on the ground, with or without a block. Or you can take the hand to the outside. Or hands at the heart, go to the elbow, hook in, and then you have to lean back. Don't collapse, lean back. Lean way back. Get bigger rotation by leaning back. Back leg is straight. Coming back up, Virabhadrasana 1, reach. And then release. You can either hold down dog or step back into plank, lower, lift, back. Look up at your hands and step forward, go right into an extension. Fold. Bend the knees, inhale up. And exhale, standing tall. Good, inhale. Exhale all the way down. Step back into down dog. From here, we're gonna drop down onto your knees, going into a crawling position. Right leg and left arm extends. Thumbs up on that left arm. Lift up higher. Draw the navel in. Reach back, grab your foot, lift. Open up. It's good, it's good, it's good. Then release the arm to the ground. Push up into three-legged dog. Reach. Then step that leg forward. High lunge. Good, then dropping the back heel, you're gonna come up, reach up into warrior 4. So you are opening up hips now. Warrior 4. And then Parsvottanasana. So I'm doing modified variation of Parsvottanasana. I know I'm facing you guys. It looks like I'm on the opposite leg, but I have my right leg forward. If you have your other leg forward, that's fine. You can come down to the floor with a block or hand to the ground. That's the upper arm, palm is down, thumb is reaching back behind you. Good. Now we're going to come back up. This is going to require some strength. Reach. Coming back into warrior 4. And then we go boom, warrior 2. Look down that middle right finger. Open up, wide stance. Nice, you guys. And then we add rotation again. Turn, turn, turn the arms. You're going from this side position. Turn, face forward, and then rotate. Keep the back heel down. If you can't, that's fine, lift it up. But if you can, keep it down. So it's kind of like that high lunge, but your back heel is down. Swing the arm around and step back. Down dog, you're either gonna hold it or shift forward plank, lower, lift. Take it back, down dog. Drop down onto your knees again. And we're going to extend left leg, right arm, thumbs, arm, lift, draw the navel in, strong. Reach back, grab your foot, lift higher. Then curl your toes under on the right leg. Push up, three-legged dog. Reach. Draw your right heel down. Step that leg forward. And we're going to come up into warrior 4. Open up. Turn your head, look up. And then from there, dropping into Parshvanottanasana. Either you're on the thigh, reaching, palm down, thumb reaching back behind you, or to the ground with a blocker without. Holding it strong. Keeping it steady. If you need to modify, modify. And now the next pose requires some strength. So take your right arm up and then lift back into warrior 4. Turn your head and look up. Then warrior 2. Nice and steady. Drop a little deeper into that front knee. Look down the middle left finger. Back hand, we're going to turn the arms. Drop down. Keep your back heel down if you can and lift. Swing the arm around. Step back, holding down dog. Or you shift forward into plank. Lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. Okay, take it back into child's pose. Big toes together, open up your knees. And release your arms. Relax. Hold it there. Looks good, you guys. Andy, you're doing amazing. I know it's hard, huh? You're doing great. So just holding child's pose, let your whole body rest. Your arms can either be extended in front of you or behind you, whichever is the most relaxing position. Good, and then from there, we're gonna come back up into down dog. Good. Right leg is gonna come up, three-legged dog. Reach it up. And keep the left heel down as much as you can. Then bend that right knee and look underneath your right armpit. Look underneath the right armpit. Then from there, that leg that's going to come in all the way up as far as you can. Drop your back heel and we're going to go into warrior 2. So right leg is forward, warrior 2. We want an open hip position. Look down the middle right finger. See if you can drop deeper this time into the front knee. Wide, open your stance, you guys. Then straightening the front leg. Now, with the leg being straight, you're going to adjust your back leg in so that the back arch of the foot lines up with your front heel and go right into Trikonasana. Either the hand goes to your shin and then you reach, or you can go to a block or the floor on the right side of that baby toe. Press into the big toe and lean back. So there is a tendency in Trikonasana, this is Trikonasana, to lean forward, that left side of the upper body. You want to lean back. Open up the whole front body, lean way back. Line up your torso with your front leg. Get yourself into a line. Then the back arm is going to swing around. We're going to add another rotation. Back foot comes in and moves out to the left a little bit. Square your hips. So draw left hip, right hip moves back, and then we rotate. Hi, you're fine. You can come through. I'm in a hotel, right? I'm just doing my best. Okay, so Parvarita Trikonasana. Your hand is either on the big toe side of the foot, or you can go on the baby toe side of the foot. But you want to straighten that front leg, whatever you can do, or use a block. Remember, right hip's moving back, left hip's moving forward. Open up and lean back. Remember what happens with rotations. We're squeezing tension out of the body. Releasing, integrating our day, integrating our week, integrating our life. And then swing around and step back, plank. Or you can hold down dog, lower, lift. Take it back. Down dog again. Left leg goes up, three-legged dog, and you're going to hold it. Draw your right heel down as much as you can. Then that leg steps forward. Remember, we're going into warrior two. So come right up. Warrior two. It's wider stance, and you're going to see if you can drop deeper into that front knee. Then lifting up, straightening the front leg, adjust your back leg up a little bit, lining up the front heel with the arch of the back foot, reach, open up. And then you lower, either the hand goes to the shin, go to the floor with a block, or hand on the ground on the baby toe side of that left foot and lean back. Even out your breath. And then we're swinging that right arm around and moving your back foot to the right a little bit so that the left hip moves back and your right hip moves forward. And you're holding Parvarita Trikonasana, turning your torso down towards the front leg. Use a block or take the hand a little further away. You want to lean back. You can go onto the feet. Rotating that torso towards that leg. It's big. Swing the arm around. Then we're stepping your back leg in, going into a fold, walking your hands into your feet. So you're taking the palm of your hands, top of the hand is going to go on the bottom, palm of the hand, inside of the hand goes on the bottom of your foot. You slide your hands under and press your feet into the hands, straighten your legs and draw your head down. You're squeezing your feet into your hands. Yeah. So it's what it does is it opens up your feet, opens up your hands, opens up the wrist, opens up the forearm. Stretches that back. Keep pushing your toes into that wrist. Well, it's just below the wrist, into the palm of the hand. And that's going to give you a bigger stretch for that upper back. Good. And then from there, you're going to release and drop down. As you drop down, you're going to sit back. Leg extends. Sit up. Rotate. Then open it up to the inner thigh and go forward. Stack your knees and go forward. Head goes to the knee. So if you can stack your knees, I really like this stretch because it is an isolated hamstring stretch. And pull on the attachments at the sit bones. So for those of us who have pulled our hamstrings, we really need this. Andy and I still need this because even though I pulled my hamstring a year ago, in May, I'm still dealing with it. It just takes a long time. And then release. And your other leg comes up. So right leg goes straight, left leg comes up. Sit up tall with your torso, so no slouching. Sit up tall and rotate towards that front leg, towards the bent leg. Look behind you. Good, and then from there, you're either going to open up, bottom of the foot goes to the inner thigh and you go forward, or you again forward and then drop. See if you can bring your head down towards the knee. You can use a block, place it on the knee. Good, and then from there, we're gonna release and then drop onto the back. So slide down your mat, find your heels. Push your feet into the floor and come up into bridge. Walk your shoulders underneath you. Anytime you need to come out of this pose, go ahead and do it. Right leg is going to reach straight up. You're going to actively push into the left. Push into the left. Lift higher. This strengthens your back body. Then you're going to take your right foot on top of the left, just below the left knee, then lower the pelvis. Draw that left knee in. Good. And then you thread your right hand through the two legs, interlace your fingers behind the left thigh. Keep drawing the left knee in, right knee pushes away. Oh, this is so good. It opens up the hip, the rotators, all the stabilizers in the right glutes. Press into your sacrum so you bring back your lumbar curve, but keep moving the left knee and the right knee away. And then we release, going back into bridge. Find your heels. Push up, lift your chest. And now pushing in to the right foot, lift the left leg straight up. Keep reaching. Activating your back body, giving you strength. We want a nice strong core. A strong core makes it so that we're more stable as we move through life. Taking that left foot now, placing it on top of the right thigh, just at the knee. Lower the pelvis, draw the right knee in. You're going to thread the left hand now through the two legs. So the right knee moves towards you, the left knee moves away from you, and you do want to press into the sacrum and bring your lumbar curve back. Oh, really nice. Good, and then from there, we're going to release. Both legs up, we're going to lower to lift the upper body up. And lift up. Good, and then we're going to open wide-legged. Now, if you have a blanket, you want to sit on it so that your pelvis is a little bit higher. And then what that does is it makes it so that your pubic bone can tilt forward, and that's what you want. We don't want the pubic bone tilting back. That's going to compromise your low back. So you tilt forward and walk your hands forward. Good. You could stay lifted. Good, and then we're going to walk our hands over to the right leg and keep walking so that your torso now goes even with that leg. Now this is going to require that you actually pull with this back arm. You're pulling your torso forward and it's big. Drop your head down. See if you can drop both elbows lower to the floor, keeping your belly and your torso down towards the top of that right leg. And then coming out of that and walking your hands back to the center. See if you can reach out a little bit further. Drop down. I would drop my head down, but it's a hotel carpet. I'm not going to do that. But if you can drop your head down, go for it. Use a block if you want. And then walking your hands over to the other side. You just keep on walking. Just keep on walking until you have one hand on the outside, baby toe side of the foot, the other hand on the inside. And this hand that's on the back side of that leg is going to push your torso over. And you can then lower the torso down. Good, and then coming forward again one more time. Seeing if you can reach out even further, maybe flattening out, or at least dropping your forearms and elbows down to the ground. Okay, we're going to come out of that. I'm going to steal a pillow here. So you might want to grab a bolster or a pillow or a block. We're going to roll onto our back and do our first restorative posture. So you're laying on your back and your right leg is going to come up. It's going to go across the body and land right on your block, your bolster, or your pillow. If your right shoulder pops up, then you might want to take a blanket and place it underneath that right shoulder for a little more support. So this is our first restorative posture, and it's a rotation. Again, assimilating. Restorative postures are a complete release, which means you get into the pose and you completely let go of the body. You're not holding anything. That's why you want the bolsters and the blocks and all that. Not holding anything. Completely relax the body in the pose. Close your eyes. Good. And then from there, releasing out of that, we're going to switch sides. So the right leg goes now flat. Left leg comes up. You're going to move your bolster, your block, or whatever you're using. And now the left leg goes across the body. Take a blanket underneath your left shoulder. The head stays up in neutral, and you're just holding, completely relaxing and softening the body. Completely relax. Good. And then from there, we're going to slowly come out of it. And then our next posture, you're going to need your bolster or your pillow or your blocks behind you to open up. It's a gentle opening for the chest. So if you've got a bolster, you take it behind you and then roll right back onto it. Okay, now make sure your head is either on the bolster or you have a block to support it. And then open up your arms to the side, let your legs relax. This is a gentle opening for the chest. We need that because, you know, life just happens. And then what people tend to do is they walk around and the shoulders start to round forward. And we want to keep gently opening up the chest so that that doesn't happen. So that the front of the chest stays nice and open and the shoulder blades stay on the back, right? You're not rounding those shoulders forward. And then it ends up becoming chronic and end up being stuck like that. Just completely relaxing. So these restorative postures, what they do, they really, really calm and settle the body. They calm us down. They ground us. It's perfect. I don't know if you've ever been to super active, like power yoga classes or even hot yoga classes. People tend to come out fired up. But what you really want is you want to come out of yoga feeling calm, more connected to yourself. So you can do a really active practice like that, but you definitely want to end it where you become really quiet inside yourself. More integrated. That is going to tell you that you have not only integrated, but you've grounded. You've created some stillness inside yourself. Good. Okay. All right. The last restorative posture that we're going to do is either using a wall, because I've got one right here, I'm going to use it. Or if you have a bed or a chair or something close by that you can use to put your legs up on, that's what you're going to do. So you take your pillow or your bolster or even your blocks work too. You want your pelvis to be lifted a little bit. Now you're not right next to the wall. You're a few inches away. And then you take your pelvis onto the pillow, onto the bolster. Bolster's better, blocks are better because they're more stable, but I'm just making do with what I've got. The legs now go up. This is a variation of Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. And what it does is calm everything down in the upper body. It's one of the best postures that you can do to support rest and sleep, especially for nighttime. And we're doing an evening practice, and we want to consider those things. So legs up on the wall, pelvis, the sacrum is on your block, your bolster, your pillow. Arms go palms up, and we hold it there and completely relax. Let that body settle. We're going to be here for a solid 3 minutes. And then we'll do a really nice Shavasana. Just relax. And you can even contemplate what's happening with your body, with your legs up the wall, that your body is, again, settling, calming. You're moving the subtle forces out of the head. We are in a culture that focuses way too much on the mental, the mind. So people are stuck in their heads. They overthink everything. Yoga, exercise in general, these kinds of practices where we can settle the body down will help us come out of that thinking mind. We don't need to figure everything out with the mind. We really want to align ourselves, integrate ourselves so that life unfolds and it all right action is presented to us. The more aligned we are, the more it's presented to us. Just relax. Good. And then from there, we're going to set ourselves up for Shavasana. But before you go into Shavasana, if there's something that you need to do to help your body, so maybe another rotation or another bridge, I'd say go ahead and do that. So do a little bridge and then move your legs side to side and then set up for Shavasana. So with Shavasana, so here, do a little bridge, do a little side to side, just kind of release your pelvis. Good. And then you take your bolster, your pillow, whatever you're using, place it underneath your knees to support your low back. Cover your eyes. Why do we cover the eyes? Because your eyes are connected to the fire element. It's the most overstimulated sense we have. And we want to settle everything down. So fire inside the body gets heightened, pressure builds. We want to settle everything down. We want ease. So cool, just shutting down the eyes really can help us move into that ease. We are influencing not just the subtle forces, but we're influencing all the elements and how they move through the body, how they are showing up in the body. So we want to settle all of that down. And then holding your Shavasana. And again, resting. Cover your eyes. Don't worry about it. You can use like a sock or a shirt or a washcloth, or just if you don't have anything right there, just let your arms rest at your side. Palms up. Why palms up? Because it's a receiving position. And then relax. Completely settle the whole body. I want you to do a little body scan. So start at the top of the head and begin to relax the very top of your head. And then relaxing all sides of your head. Feel your forehead relax, your eyes. Let your eyes drop into the eye sockets as they relax. Feel your nose relax, your cheeks, your jaw. And as your jaw relaxes, you might even feel your mouth softening at the same time. Maybe even your lips parting. Feel your roof of your mouth soften, your tongue soften, your gums and teeth soften. Connecting into your neck, feeling where the head and the neck come together and let it relax. And then feel the whole neck relax as well as the throat. Softening into the shoulders, down the arms, into the hands, into the fingers. By having awareness in these parts of the body, you're able to relax even further. And then feel the chest soften. Upper back soften. Shoulder blades soften. Mid back softening, and then bringing awareness through the torso into the diaphragm and let it relax. Feel the movement of the diaphragm gently moving with the breath. And then relaxing the belly, low back, lower spine. Relax your pelvis, your hips, front of the pelvis, back of the pelvis. And be aware of where the leg connects into the pelvis and let that relax. Connecting with your upper leg, the inner thighs, the outer thighs, the hamstrings. And then soften deeply, letting go. Down into the knees. Lower legs relax, the shins, the calves. And then into the ankles. Relax your ankles. Top of your feet, bottom of your feet, and your toes. Relax. Feel your body as a whole, connecting with the skin around you. Feel your whole skin and let your skin soften. And then relaxing your muscles, all your muscles throughout the whole body. Feel your muscles as a whole and let them relax. And connecting with your actual physical structure, your bones. Imagine that you can bring your awareness in and connect with your bones. And let your bones relax. That whole body is quiet, grounded. Good, and then from there, we're going to begin to deepen our breath. And allow a little movement into your fingers and toes and gently roll to your right side. When you roll to your right side, you're going to hold that position for a few moments. So roll to your right side and just rest. Let your body rest. Let your body be at ease. Rest. And then bringing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands together. Connecting your thumbs to your heart. And again, take a moment to close your eyes. Let the breath settle, let the body settle. Become aware of total stillness in the body. Silence. Quiet. Feel that. And let that be what guides you into the rest of the evening as you have a peaceful, restful night of sleep, awakening in the morning completely refreshed. Namaste. Good job, you guys.